for you looking at that and saying like, I wanted to get back to that game building, like what has been enabled compared to, in the AAA space when you were at EA before it was shut down, you probably were like, well, I've got more people, I've got more money, I've got like, there's stuff I have a lot more of. And yet I don't, that more like the pros and cons, the trade-offs here, I feel like I actually get a better set in UGC. What has been enabled for you?
Well, I mean, so many thoughts off of that prompt right there. I mean, I will tell you that it is exceptionally energizing to be working in an environment where you can build games with a small team and do it quickly, which means you can be very creatively promiscuous. You can try a lot of things. In fact, we're doing a game jam next week. It's our annual game jam. And last year when we did this, we actually shipped 2 of the games that came out of it. Like one was like this. We had developed like a debug feature for a game that we had done last year. And in the game jam, we're like, hey, let's make a whole game around that one debug feature. And we did it, and we actually shipped it. And the idea that we could do, so I mean, that's not a thing that you can do at a
right.
at a big company. Yeah. And the second game that came out of that game jam was done by somebody who didn't work for the company. It was a creator that we invited, and it was like the first person we signed to our creator label because of that game jam. And they've gone on to make a couple of games for us. And that is a whole new kind of, I'll call it a talent funnel. It's like we had found a really talented game maker whose previous job was like not in games, and now they're like a partner of ours, and we're publishing their games. That's also not a thing, that you do at a big like an EA or whatever. So I mean, those are 2 like small examples of things that have been enabled. Another big part of our business is we work with some big grown-up partners like like Amazon, like Twitch, and Bandai, and Hasbro. And I think a big part of why we're able to work with companies like that and make a game like Clue, which is like one of my favorite games of all time, is because we're operating in an environment that is really relevant. That audience that we were describing, that is the gamer of today. It's the gamer of tomorrow, and it's a really important and energetic audience and place to be. And a lot of companies want to be there. It's still kind of new, so nobody really knows how to navigate. And because we've just started developing some experience there, and people know where to find me, I guess. It's like that's an opportunity that is enabled because of this kind of space that probably wouldn't have access to in other platforms. So there's a lot of opportunities unlocked when you're in a place where you can try things out. What the most important part of game development is, in my opinion, and it's not just game development. It's like any creative business is being able to iterate. Is like just being able to refine, like you make something and it's a turd, and then you make it a little better, and then you show it to somebody and they're like, and then you make it better and you make it better and you make it better. I mean, go like listen to the GDC talk on Monopoly Go and like how they got to $5 billion, whatever. It's all about iteration, and the number of iterations you can have it's all about time. It's just that's it. It's like, how fast can you do a thing? And there's as much time you have, divide one by the other. That's how many turns you get. And the more turns you have, you win. So that's another thing that this platform enables is you can iterate really quickly. Mm-hmm. Which is just another reason why I think we'll see greatness pop out the other side.
Yeah. No, man, I'm in such agreement around that. I think, again, as I'm trying to mentally frame the place of UGC, which is something I've been excited about and thinking about for a long time, there